Off and batting left-handed against Walker Buehler, ready to go. He's their leading home run and RBI guy. First pitch of the night on the way, and a fastball missing, a little bit outside at 94 miles an hour. Away we go back at home in beautiful downtown San Diego. 1 ball and no strikes from Buehler to Marte. Walker will kick and deliver. Marte swings, sends one in the air to center field and deep. Jackson Merrill is back, and now he misplays it, running to his right. It kicks off the wall and rolls away. Marte is at second, on his way to third, and standing up with a triple. Merrill had to contend with that one piece of the center field wall just to the left of straightaway center that has that odd angle to it. And Jackson, at the last second, kind of made a hard turn to his right and ended up right in that angled corner. Had to pull up. The ball kicked off that part of the wall, banged away from him, and at third base is Ketel Marte.
You know, it's always difficult to pick up the line drive right at you, Jesse, and you just got the feeling that Jackson didn't see the spin on that ball. Coming off the left-handed bat, it had some rotation going from right field to left field and just made the adjustment too late to get to it.
So the infield comes in, second batter of the game, and another switch hitter, Geraldo Perdomo, will take a ball that hits him on the foot. So an interesting start to the night here. A misplayed ball in center field, and now an apparent hit by pitch, although Craig Stammen is waiting to hear from the instant replay room whether the Padres might want to challenge this, and they will not, so it is a hit by pitch.
A little bit of a tough start here so far for Walker Buehler. Now the key, Jesse, is just to not let things get out of control in this situation, right? It's like, okay, first and third, nobody out. Don't start pitching like you have to. Strand that runner at third base. Would you like to? Of course, but just stay out of the big inning here early in the ballgame.
Yeah, and I mean, the Padres will now back the infield up, so they're willing to trade 2 for 1 if they can get a ground ball off the bat of Corbin Carroll. He stands in, left-hand hitter, and he'll take a backup cutter for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Carroll named an all-star for the third time in his major league career just this weekend. Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander, their only other all-star this year. So Carroll, the only position player, headed to Philadelphia for the Diamondbacks. Throw to first to check on Perdomo. He's back. Does have 13 steals this year, but he's been caught a bunch. And Padre catchers, obviously, this season have done a phenomenal job in the running game. Rodolfo Duran back there working with Buehler. Perdomo takes off, gets a huge jump. Buehler turns, throws to second. It goes into center, and Marte will come in and score. So 3 batters into the game, we've seen a misplayed ball in center, a hit batter, and now a throwing error by Walker Buehler. It's 1-0 Arizona.
Wow, tough start, no question about it. You know what, though, I've seen this multiple times now here, Jesse, where a run on first base is left early, and it just feels like it takes a while for the pitcher to get the message to step off and throw. Walker tried to do it, launched it into center field.
Next pitch to Carroll is a changeup for a strike. So 0-2 to Carroll. Perdomo gets a steal of second. Marte scoring on the error by Buehler. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Corbin Carroll's got a major strikeout issue right now. And that is finally the first out here in the first inning. Carroll has now struck out at least one time in a dozen consecutive games. Buehler had him too. The throw was high. Song, the shortstop, jumped up. Couldn't get it. And that allowed Marte to basically walk home from third base on that error. Here's the catcher and their cleanup hitter, Gabriel Moreno. And he'll take outside, ball 1. So runner on second, 1 out, 1-0 Diamondbacks. And just a bizarre start to this game here at Petco. Moreno hitting at .282, 6 homers, 29 RBIs. A really, really talented young catcher. 1-0 upstairs, check swing appeal didn't go. He has reached safely now 25 consecutive starts. That ties the Diamondback record for a catcher. We did not see him in Mexico City. He was on the IL with an oblique injury when these two teams got together back at the end of April. But he returned in May. 2-0 pitch is a little bit off the plate outside, and now 3-0 to Moreno. We have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. waiting on deck.
Yeah, he's been on a hot streak too lately, Jesse. Safely in 18 of 21 ball games. He's been able to get a base hit. Likes up and in. Can also get it down and away.
On 3-0, it looked like he was willing to offer, but he ends up taking a fastball for a strike from Buehler. 95 miles an hour right on the outside edge, and now 3-1. 1-0 Arizona here in the top of the first inning. Padres in their home white pinstriped uniforms. The 3-1 pitch, Moreno takes near that same spot, called a ball this time. It'll be challenged by the catcher, Duran. So trying again to hit that outside edge, really, really close. Looking up at the big board here at Petco, and it was just outside, so ball 4, and a lost ABS review for the Padres. So Moreno will take the walk, and now first and second, one out for Gurriel. Game time temperature 72 degrees, brought to you by Lineage Watch Company, San Diego's very own watch brand and the official timepiece of the Padres radio network. Elevate your style today at lineagewatchco.com. That's lineagewatchco.com.
Jess, I don't know about you, but I don't have a big problem with that challenge right there. In the midst of this first inning, trying to keep the damage under control, trying to prevent a walk.
Yeah, I agree. Gurriel, first pitch swinging, skies one behind first base. Sheets is back. Fernando's coming in, now in foul territory, and it'll end up just over that side wall in the seats. And a nice catch by a guy with a glove wearing a blue 1998 era Tony Gwynn jersey. Well, that is why you bring your glove to the game. So nothing in one on Gurriel.
I always brought my glove to the game. Did you when you were a kid, Jess?
Yes, I did, absolutely. You ever catch one?
No. But I was ready, darn it.
First and second, one out. And the pitch to Gurriel is sent in the air to left center. Samad Taylor and Jackson Merrill there. Taylor coming in will make the catch. And out number 2, both runners retreat. And now the newest Diamondback, Max Kepler, will dig into the left-handed batter's box. Former Twin in Philly is hooked on with these guys following an 80-game PED suspension. Tested positive back in January and then signed with the Diamondbacks last month. This is only his 8th game of the year. 2 on and 2 out, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, strike 1.
He's been doing a lot of that, swinging and missing, trying to get his timing down, and he's acknowledged he's been a little bit over-aggressive probably at times, trying to catch up, so to speak, and get those plate appearances under his belt.
2 for 19 with the doubles so far, and a changeup drops in for a strike, 0-2. And right now, Buehler does have that shot at limiting the damage. 1-0 Diamondbacks, 2 on, 2 out, and an 0-2 count, and he's only thrown 15 pitches. Here's number 16, and it's in the dirt. Good pick by Duran, 1-2.
I mean, the stuff out of his hand has not been bad, really. He had a fastball for the triple. He just barely missed with a good sinker to Moreno. Was able to punch out Corbin Carroll, and he's thrown some good pitches here so far to Kepler.
1-2 now. The pitch on the way. Kepler takes way high. Mentioned the Padres in the home white pinstripes. The Diamondbacks are in their alternate black tops with the gray pants. It's got that almost electric turquoise piping on it. Moreno at first, Perdomo at second. The 2-2 to Kepler is hit on the line the other way. Taylor charging in left. Perdomo rounding third on his way. Taylor's throw is well over the head of the catcher Duran. The run scores, and Kepler ends up at second base. It's 2-0. An absolute airmail throw from left field.
Wow, so close to getting out of this inning with minimal damage, Jess. He tried to go with a backdoor cutter and did not locate this one well, despite all the other previous pitches that he had been locating well. This one, just a little hanging cutter, up and out over, certainly something that Kepler can get to, especially a guy that's not found his timing yet. That's really doing him a favor, and Kepler took advantage of it. As for Taylor, it looked like he was just trying to airmail it all the way to home plate, Jesse, instead of just keeping it nice and low, and boy, did he airmail it. Yeah. Went over everybody's head. This has not been a pretty inning for the Padres, and Ruben Niebla going to go out and try to give Walker Buehler a little breather here.
Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot. Low prices every day on windows, doors, cabinets, countertops, and flooring. all in stock and ready to go. Visit the showroom in National City or check them out at thewindow.depot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store. It's an RBI single for Kepler. Went around to third base on the throw home, and Kepler gets second on the throwing error by Taylor. The second error of this first inning. 2-0 Diamondbacks. And two guys in scoring position for perhaps the king of all Padre killers, Nolan Arenado. First pitch, and a fastball strike, 0-1. Arenado and Buehler, of course, many battles over the years, mostly Dodgers versus Rockies, but now Padres versus Diamondbacks. And Arenado 7 out of 34 against him. Swings here, a little number back to the mound. Buehler's got it, and a long underhand toss is in time to end the inning. The Diamondbacks get a couple of weird runs. 2 hits, 2 errors, a hit batter, and a walk. And after a half inning, 2-0 Arizona on the Padres Radio Network.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Wednesdays are for unwinding and for wine. At P.F. Chang's, your midweek reset just got better because every Wednesday, bottles of wine are half off. So text the group chat. Make a plan.
Hey, Padre fans, pets are our MVPs, and the local Petco is where they go to live their best life with friendly pros, fun weekly events, food favorites, and more. Petco, official pet partner of the San Diego Padres.
Bottom of the first inning, Padres come to bat against Brandon Pfaadt, trailing 2-0 after a very weird top of the first. Misplayed ball in center field, 2 errors, a hit by pitch, and a walk. And now Tatis, Cronenworth, and Machado against the right-hander. First one coming, and Fernando will take a fastball strike on the outside part of the dish. 0-1. So right off the bat here, work to be done. And for Tatis, a 3-hit day yesterday in L.A. That included an RBI single and a double. Good series against the Dodgers. Takes here and a cutter for a strike. Quickly 0-2. 6 for 17 in a 4-game set, and half of the 6 hits were doubles. And more hits on the road trip than any other Padre, 9 of them. 0-2 from Pfaadt. Here's the pitch on the way, and Fernando bangs it on the ground to third base. Arenado charges, has it on the backhand, fires to first just in time. One out in the bottom of the first inning, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network. With Bob Scanlon and our producer, engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Jeff Hamby, our studio coordinator. 2-0 Diamondbacks, one out, nobody on in the bottom of the first inning. And Jake Cronenworth takes a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Vaughn making his 5th start of the year for the Diamondbacks. Called up from AAA Reno to start last Tuesday against the Giants. 0-1 pitch. Cronenworth lines it into right field. Carroll coming in and over to his right at the last second. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And there's got to be something going on with balls in the air right now because like Jackson Merrill in the top of the inning, Corbin Carroll very clearly had a hard time finding that ball.
I think it's just the time of day right now, Jesse, where the sun is starting to set. The entire field is in shadows right now. The lights have not really kicked in. This is sort of that gloaming time that we hear so much about from the outfielders, especially in center field. Tough to think of the ball off the bat. We've seen that 2 instances of it so far tonight.
And, I mean, Merrill and Carroll, 2 of the best. By the way, the ball popped out of his glove as he was tumbling around, and he somehow corralled it with his bare hand. And they're going to say he was safe. So Cronenworth is at first with 1 out, and Machado fouls it back out of play. So he was not able to corral it with his bare hand. And so now both of the 2 really good defensive outfielders unable to make plays. Turned into a triple for Marte in the top of the inning, and it turns into a single for Cronenworth here in the bottom. 0-1. Here's the pitch to Manny, and he takes high. Machado playing on his 34th birthday, and somehow only the 8th time in his 15 Major League seasons he has been playing on his birthday. Cronenworth credited with a base hit on the play that Carroll could not make. 1-1 to Machado. And Manny checks his swing, takes low ball 2. That was the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Bob's Crane Service. 40 years lifting San Diego. Veteran owned, family run, San Diego proud. From ADUs to steel, they lift it all. Bob's Crane Service, ready when it's heavy. 2-1 to Manny. Big home run in yesterday's game. Swings here and knocks it foul for the backstop. 2-2.
Jess, I'm surprised only 8 times in his 15-year career that he's played. That just seems really strange to me.
So I went back and I checked all of them.
All-star games maybe? Breaks?
A lot of all-star breaks.
Okay.
I think there were a couple injuries in there. Might have been a suspension one time.
Okay.
2-2. That was in the Oriole days. Pitch on the way, and Manny swings and tips it into Moreno's mitt. Strike 3. A strikeout for Fott. 2 down. Cronenworth at first. Gavin Sheets will be the batter. Padre cleanup hitter brought to you by Perry Plumbing and Pipelining. The plumbers other plumbers recommend. Sheets starting at first base today. Got a 6-game hitting streak going right now. Longest for anybody on either one of these teams. Only 1 for 11 in his career against Fott. Runner on first, 2 outs, 2-0 D-backs. And a curveball missing low, 1-0. So yeah, mentioned Fott was at AAA. Began the year in their rotation because of injury. They moved him to the bullpen. Padres saw him in long relief back in Mexico. And then they wanted to try and keep him stretched out. They had a hard time doing that when he was in the pen, so they sent him to AAA. But now back in the big leagues for the second time, getting an opportunity to start because of injury again. 1-0, and Sheets takes a curveball borderline strike. Count is even 1-1, and against the Giants last Tuesday, really good. Got the win, run on 3 hits in 5 1/3, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. They got him a bunch of early runs, and he was pretty much able to cruise. 1-1 to Sheets. Here's the pitch. Gavin swings, cues it off the end of the bat on the ground, right to Perdomo. He'll go the long way. It was close, but they get Sheets at first base, and that'll end the first inning. No runs, a hit, 1 man left, and on to the second at Petco Park. Diamondbacks 2, Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
When you run a growing home service business, you roll with the punches. More trucks, more techs, more jobs, and suddenly your team is drowning in spreadsheets, manual work, and software that just can't keep up. But there's a better way. Service.
Top of the second, brought to you by Sinley Foods, Wingley, Heritage Brown, and Classic White. If you've had better chicken, you must be a rooster. Visit SinleyFood.com. Diamondbacks coming up here 8-9-1 in the second inning. They've got a 2-0 lead. And Ildemaro Vargas will bat left-handed against Walker Buehler. First pitch on the way, and Buehler misses high outside with a fastball 1-0. When we saw these guys in Mexico City at the end of April, Ildemaro Vargas was probably the hottest hitter on planet Earth. Less so now. Here's the 1-0, and Vargas takes right on the outside corner, but called a ball 2-0.
Much less so, Jess.
Yes, he was leading off for them, had a hit in every game of the season at that point, and batting about .350. It was a remarkable start to the year. 2-0 pitch, right down the middle at the knees, and a called strike 2-1. Through May 1st, Vargas was literally hitting .404 with 6 home runs. As good of a start as you could possibly have. Since then, he's hitting .180 with 1 home. It's a hard game, they say. Here's the 2-1. Vargas hits it foul right at his third base coach, J.R. House, who had to skip out of the way, 2-2.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember the hot start, and so I was kind of interested to look, where are his numbers now? And they'd come down dramatically, and I actually looked at his June. He was 5 for 50, 100 batting average in the month of June. That's a rough month.
2-2 now. Buehler delivers, and this is high, ball 3.
Now, he has had some hits here in July so far. It's already treating him better. I think he's got 4 hits in July, almost equals all the plate appearances he had in June.
3-2, and a foul ball off Duran. So he had basically, you're telling me, in Mexico City in those 2 games, he almost had as many hits as he did the entire month of June, because against the Padres in that series, 4 for 9 with a homer, a double, and a triple.
Pretty much.
23-game hitting streak to begin the season. 3-2 the pitch. Vargas hits it in the air, foul out of play left side.
I'm still liking the stuff I'm seeing coming out of Walker Buehler's hand, Jesse. Fastballs at 94 to 96 miles an hour on the 4-seamer. He's had some good sinkers at 94 miles an hour with late action on him. He's got weapons tonight.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Vargas, leading off here in the second. Here it is. And a hard hit grounder right to Sheets behind the bag. At first he'll bring it himself, and plenty of time to get Vargas. So 1 out in the top of the second inning. A good battle, but won by Walker Buehler.
Nice changeup right there. The cutter was the pitch that really abandoned him in that outing versus the Cubs, Jesse. And I'm curious to see how it shows up tonight, because it was a cutter that was a base hit that hurt him with 2 outs against Max Kepler.
Now the 9-hitter Tommy Troy takes a fastball way outside, 1-0. Our first look at Troy, the 12th overall pick in the 2023 draft. Very, very fast. Starting in center field. Here's the 1-0, and Troy takes fastball strike at the knees to even the count. Alec Thomas had been the center fielder when we saw them earlier this year. They traded him to the Dodgers. Thomas in the minor leagues now with the Dodgers. Just wasn't happening for him. Tries to bunt here and tips it into Duran's mitt. So 1-2. Troy in his first 35 major league games hitting .220, 3 homers, and 7 runs batted in. Was hitting above 300 in 44 games at AAA Reno. West Coast guy, grew up in San Jose. 1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's had better success against the fastballs so far, hitting .283. The off speed a little bit more challenging. 162 on the breaking balls and 180 on the off speed.
None of that surprising for a 24-year-old. Pitch here is a high chopper to short, charged by Song. Has to get rid of it quickly. The throw to first is just in time. Bang, bang. At first base with Troy busting it up the line. A good play at short by Song, 2 away.
Nice awareness by Song on that one. Charging it and got rid of it as quickly as he possibly could. Sort of sacrificed the extra step to get something on the ball and just to make sure that he got rid of it quickly. And that was the difference. If he had waited one split moment longer, Troy would have beaten that out.
Tell you what, too, if this had been maybe a more high-leverage moment in the game, Diamondbacks may very well have challenged that call at first base. That's how close it was. Top of the order now for Marte, batting left-handed. He takes inside, ball 1. Officially, Marte is 1 for 1 with a triple and a run scored, but it was that ball that Merrill had a hard time seeing out in center field, and it ended up kicking away from him. Here's the 1-0. Marte flinches, takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 Arizona here in the top of the second inning. Game 1 of this 4-game series. To a pitch, and Marte smacks it foul the other way. 2-1 now to the veteran second baseman. Marte now 32 years old, a 3-time All-Star. 12th Major League season, 10th as a Diamondback. He is their longest tenured player. 2-1 from Buehler. Marte checks his swing, takes a little low. 3 balls and a strike.
Mr. Dependable, isn't he? Seems like he's always going to put a good season together for you. Struggled early on this season at the beginning. I realized he was trying to use the hands a little bit too much, starting to roll over a lot of pitches. Since then, made the adjustment, staying back better.
Now the 3-1. Marte rips it on a line foul at the right field side. That'll fill the count.
Go back to June 10th, the last 24 ball games, Jesse, hitting .320 with a 960 OPS. So definitely a dangerous character up there.
Yeah, when he's on, he is as dangerous as almost anybody in the league.
Yep.
Here's a 3-2, and Marte takes right at the bottom of the zone. Strike 3 called, and he kind of points out to Buehler as if to say, nice pitch, man. Nothing I can do with that. A 1-2-3 second for Walker Buehler, and he caps it with a K. 2-0 Diamondbacks after 1.5. And now here's what's happening at Valley View Casino and Hotel, San Diego's favorite.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
No passport? No problem. This summer, escape to Tokyo at PF Chang's. Set sail through a limited time menu inspired by the vibrant city of Tokyo, featuring new sushi boats, bold new rolls, and premium entrees. Your journey through Tokyo starts here.
Bottom of the second inning, France, Merrill, and Taylor. 5-6-7 coming up for the Padres against Brandon Pfaadt. Diamondbacks with a early 2-0 lead in this game. Pfaadt will step back and deliver. And the first pitch to France is a fastball a little bit outside, 1-0. Tie in that first game in Mexico City against the Snakes. 2 for 4 with a pair of solo homers, the first of which came against Brandon Pfaadt. Remember, he was on in long relief that afternoon. 1-0 hit hard on a line and just foul wide of third base. 1-1. Pfaadt came on in that game after Zach Gallen left. It was Ramon Laureano hit him with a Freddie Fermin, hit him with a comebacker on the shoulder. And he had to leave. Ended up throwing 3+ innings, was charged with 4 runs on 2 hits. He walked 3 guys. Ball and a strike. And France swings, and again, foul at third base, this time on the ground. 1-2 to Ty, who is DHing tonight for the first time all season.
A little opportunity for Gavin Sheets to get some playing time over at first base. Keep him sharp over there.
1-2. Pfaadt is ready. They set an outside target, and France takes a pitch way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ty hitting .253, 10 homers, 30 runs batted in, and all of a sudden that hit-by-pitch number starting to come up a little bit. Got off to a slow start in that department. Very rare for Ty. Here's a 2-2. France swings, sends it in the air, foul, and out of play right side.
Well, it helped that he got his hands off his body a little bit, Jess. It's the first time that he's done that in his career. He was struggling a little bit, and about a couple of weeks ago, actually, right when he got hot in Texas with the home runs over there, he said, you know what, I got in the cave. It took about 500 swings, being a little sarcastic. But so the main thing was I got my hands off my body a little bit more.
Here's another 2-2. Checks on that slider outside, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And I asked him a little further about it because we had talked about his hands earlier in the season and how he was keeping them closer to his body. But he felt like, you know what, at different times in your career and as your body's changing, things change. And this is just an adjustment that I need to do right now to help my body the way it's responding at the plate.
7th pitch of the at-bat, and he fouls it off right off his foot, so we'll do it again.
It's such an interesting thing that players go through, Jesse. You never really figure it out and have it permanently locked in where you don't need to make other changes. And the interesting thing as you become a more veteran player is trying to figure out what are those changes that I need to make. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're more significant. But to think that your body is going to react and respond and work together as it did as a 25-year-old when you're 32 or 33, it's just not going to happen.
Now the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and France again hits it foul. This time over to Bob Henley, who shows off some nice hands. That was a hot smash. Good play by the Padre third base coach. Still 3-2 on France, leading off here in the bottom of the second inning. Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead in the game.
As far as the hit by pitch go, Ty said it was sort of like a badge of honor that he bravely wore early in his career, but last couple of years he's not as excited about getting hit, but he's still getting hit.
3-2 again. 9th pitch is swung on and popped up into shallow right field. Marte back, Carroll in, and Marte will reach over to make the catch. So 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. We'll see if Pfaadt is any worse for wear after that battle. And Jackson Merrill gets into the box. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, ensuring cleaner, safer, and great tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. All right, so here's your stat of the day. The Diamondbacks do not strike out much at all, and that goes for both their hitters and their pitchers. First one all the way to Merrill here, and Jackson will take a curveball for a strike at the knees, 0-1. The Diamondback offense, the second fewest strikeouts in baseball. Their pitchers have the fewest of any stat in baseball. That's not the actual stat of the day, though. That's just the setup. Here's the 0-1. Merrill fouls it into the screen. Strike 2. If they somehow finish last in both categories,
yes,
offensive strikeouts and pitching strikeouts, they would accomplish something that has not happened since it was done by the 1947 Boston Braves. Wow. That's your stat. 0-2 to Merrill. Of course he's going to strike out because I just said that. No, ground ball to first. Handled by Vargas. Underhand flip to Pfaadt is in time. And 2 down in the bottom of the second inning.
You know, I saw the strikeout percentage and how low it was on the offensive side, but I didn't really look at the actual number of strikeouts, so that's always interesting. They put the ball in play, no doubt about it.
By the way, the 1947 Braves team, 86-68, third place in the National League. Good team. Sane, Spawn, Rain. Here's Samad Taylor with 2 outs, nobody on. He will check his swing, but take a fastball strike. Nothing at 1. 2-0 Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the second inning. And so far, so good for Brandon Pfaadt, going head-to-head with fellow Kentuckian Walker Buehler here tonight. A 1 pitch, and Taylor takes outside. Buehler from Lexington, Pfaadt from Louisville. The 1-1 pitch, and Taylor hits it foul over towards the Arizona dugout on the left side. Now 1-2.
I was so surprised when I looked up and saw that Pfaadt had been moved to the bullpen, Jesse, and you kind of gave a little summary of what had been going on, but really interesting that the Diamondbacks at one point were flirting with maybe going with a 6-man rotation because they thought the rotation was so deep.
1-2, and Taylor lines it into center field. That's a base hit, a well-struck line drive by Samad Taylor. 2-out single here in the bottom of the second inning, and now Sungwoo Song will come to bat.
First mistake that Pfaadt has made so far tonight, a little hanging breaking ball that Samad Taylor was able to line right back up the middle. That's interesting. You look at that rotation that they had. They had Zach Gallen, Eduardo Rodriguez, Michael Soroka, Ryan Nelson. And then when Merrikelly came back, they just didn't have room. And even though he'd signed this long extension, Pfaadt was the odd man out.
First pitch to Song is the strike.
The credit to Michael Soroka, who just flat out outpitched him. They thought Soroka was going to be the guy that got moved to the bullpen when Kelly returned, but he was pitching so well, they said, all right, Brandon, sorry, you got to move over there. And they thought that it was going to work out because they did the same thing with Ryan Nelson last year. And it worked well for Nelson going to the pen and helped him get on track.
Go to first, Taylor back standing.
In fact, when they first put Pfaadt into the bullpen, Nelson was the guy that he sought out to say, hey, what do I do here? How do I handle this? And things just did not go well for Pfaadt. Didn't get the consistent pitching time, was giving up runs, and they sent him down to get him straight.
Nothing in 1 to Song with a runner on first, 2 outs. 2-0 Diamondbacks, a sharp grounder to short. Marte has it, thought about the short way. Instead, he'll go the long way as Marte a little bit late to get over there, and that will end the inning. So Song grounds to Perdomo, and that will end the bottom of the second inning. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left on base. We go to the third, 2-0 D-backs on the Padres Radio Network.
Service Titan is the only fully integrated AI that automates your entire workflow. Born in the trades, built for commercial contractors ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877.
Fans, every game this season will be answering questions from you, our listeners. And if you have one for us, go to 973thefan.sd.com/question. Go ahead, send it in. Jesse and I might answer it right here on the air. Again, that's 973thefan.sd.com/question.
Geraldo Perdomo will lead off against Walker Buehler in the top of the third inning. He takes a fastball strike. Diamondbacks ahead 2-0. Got a couple of runs in a very weird top of the first inning. All kinds of things were going wrong for the Padres. Buehler able to limit the damage to some extent. Pitch inside 1-1, and now trying to settle in a little bit here. We got Bob in the booth here for these next 4 games. So if you got the pitching questions, this is your chance to send them in for that question of the day. Fastball, strike 1 and 2.
Feel free to send them in. I'll tell you how you can hang a slider, hang a split finger, back up third base. Everything you need to know.
Bob was being modest. Self-deprecating, maybe. Real big league pitcher, man. This is what I always like to try and remind everybody. Here's the 1 and 2. And that's a sharp liner up the middle. Song dives to his right and makes the catch, 1 away. Song Moon Song getting the start at shortstop, only the 5th time this year. And with Xander on the bench, he makes a star-worthy play, diving towards third. 1 out here in the 3rd.
What a nice play by Song. Not a bad pitch either. It was a changeup down in the zone. And Perdomo just did a nice job of going down and get it. First step reaction by Song, making the dive. Nice play.
Now a swing and a miss by Corbin Carroll. Nothing in 1. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 3rd inning. No balls and a strike. Carroll takes up and away 1-1. See, yeah, Bob's being self-deprecating about his career, but here's what I like to remind people. You could take every guy who has ever appeared in a major league game. Here's the 1-1. And put them in Petco Park. And the building would be half full. Every guy from like 1901 or whatever until yesterday. And this place would be half full. Grounder fair up the 3rd baseline. That's going to roll for a while with Carroll's wheels easy extra bases. Taylor plays it nicely in the left field corner. That'll hold him to 2. A 1-out double for Corbin Carroll here in the top of the 3rd.
Nice little piece of hitting right there. They had him played to the pull side a little bit. Big hole on the left side, and Carroll just does a nice job of slapping it opposite field. Again, not a bad pitch by Walker Buehler. He's actually thrown the ball really well. Corbin just extends his arms as far as he possibly can and keeps it inside the chalk.
Between his wheels, his bat-to-ball skills, and his home ballpark, he is a doubles and triples machine. That's his 19th double of the year. He's also got 10 triples, which leads all of Major League Baseball.
Good player, really good player.
Here's Moreno, runner on second, 1 out. He takes outside, ball 1.
I still think back to that 24 season, Jesse, where the league figured out, okay, we can go up and in on him. His sophomore year, he had the sophomore slump going, and you just really wondered, is he going to get out of this thing? But to his credit, he did.
1 out of Moreno outside.
And one of the things he found out is he was trying to get to those pitches that were up and in by flattening out his swing and didn't realize that was actually causing him more problems. He was either topping the ball and getting grounders or getting underneath and popping it up. He actually had to get rid of the flatness of his swing.
Chopper to third base. Manny to his left, can't get it. Into left field and a base hit. Taylor coming in, and Carroll, who initially waited, will advance only to third base. So a single for Moreno, and now runners on the corners. 1 out, and Gurriel Jr. coming up.
Okay, big plate appearance right now. This is a sinker, left side. Get your ground ball, just happens to be out of the reach of Manny, but now you've got a 1st and 3rd situation. You don't want this thing to start to snowball and get out of control. You need a ground ball, get the double play right here. Put an end to this.
Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead here, and guys on the corners, 1 out in the 3rd inning. Gurriel flew to left his first time up, chops one through the right side. That's a base hit. Carroll trots home from third. RBI single. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. wasting no time. And the Diamondback lead is now 3-0.
Boy, what a nice approach by the Diamondbacks this inning, right, Jesse? I mean, every single plate appearance so far has been just look opposite field. Even the line out to Perdomo. He was looking for something down and away, got the changeup, put a good swing on it. Song was able to make the play for the 1st out. But since then, Carroll, opposite field, slapper. Gabriel Moreno, same thing, up the middle. Now this one, fastball intended down and away. It's up a little bit, about thigh high, which is what allows Gurriel to get to it and slap that one opposite field.
This is what the Diamondbacks looked like when they were at their best a couple of years ago.
Yeah, very similar, right?
Kind of swatting the ball. Now a long fly ball to right field for Kepler. Fernando's barely going to turn around to watch. A 3-run home run for Max Kepler. His first as a Diamondback And with that swing of the bat, it goes from 3-0 to 6-0. Four straight hits against Buehler with one out here in the third.
Well, we talked about it. You make a couple of good pitches and bad things happen, and then all of a sudden you make two bad pitches and it blows up, and all of a sudden this thing has gotten out of control here, Jess. It's a shame. Fastball, four-seam fastball, inner half. Kepler wasn't playing the opposite field game like his predecessors. He turned on it.
Now Arenado will take a fastball strike. 6-0 Arizona, one out in the top of the third inning. And while the first inning was kind of fluky and weird, this one not so much.
Nope.
Here's a liner up the right field side, foul, 0-2.
Yeah, the first one fluky and weird with some weird things that was going on. And actually, this inning didn't start off with Walker making bad pitches necessarily. The Diamondbacks did a good job of putting balls in play. And then when Walker did make a couple of mistakes, they definitely capitalized.
0-2, Arenado takes outside. As I was saying, when Kepler interrupted with the home run a couple years ago when they won the pennant, they were just kind of knocking the ball all over the yard. They had those extra base hits from their speedy guys. Here's a swing and a miss, strike three. Two down in the third. Vargas coming up. But they were so good at that bat-to-ball stuff that we saw earlier this inning, and they just haven't been as adept at that this year.
It was almost a year I felt like every player understood what his strengths and weaknesses were, and they never, ever tried to go beyond themselves. They just stayed within themselves, understood what their role was, understood what they were good at, and stuck with it.
Vargas, a switch hitter batting left-handed, takes a low strike.
And when you put all that together, all of a sudden you had a team, as you described, that just found ways to get on base, did little damage, chip away, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's the one big hit.
2 outs, nobody on, the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. So Buehler coming off that really, really tough one at Wrigley on Wednesday, the 23-3 game in which he gave up 9 of the 23. Has allowed 6 runs here in the early going. 1-1, down and in, check swing, and 2 balls and a strike to Vargas.
Yeah, this is really frustrating now for Walker, because the last outing you could just say, okay, bad outing, wind blowing out, all that stuff, hot, sticky day in Chicago, we get it. Tonight, though, you got 6 runs across, and I don't feel like he's thrown as badly as that box score looks.
2-1 is hard hit the other way, foul. 2-2 now on Ildemaro Vargas. Grounded to Sheets his first time up. Padres got 5 shutout innings from J.P. Sears yesterday in L.A. That set the stage for the win. There's a ground ball up the middle. Song's got it to the left of the bag at second base. Slings it to first in time. And that'll end the top of the third inning, but not before real damage is done. Diamondbacks get 4 more. 3-run homer by Max Kepler, the big shot. And after 2.5, now 6-0 Snakes. And now here's what's happening at Valley View Casino and Hotel, San Diego's favorite.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
When you run a growing home service business, you roll with the punches. More trucks, more techs, more jobs, and suddenly your team is drowning in spreadsheets, manual work, and software that just can't keep up. But there's a better way.
Fans, game days are better with giveaways. Secure your next collectible, the Trevor Hoffman bobblehead. It's brought to you by Canals this Wednesday. And our next game day staple, the poncho, thanks to Soapy Joe's on Tuesday, July 28th. See the full lineup at Padres.com/giveaways.
Rodolfo Duran leads off. Bottom of the third inning, takes a fastball strike from Brandon Pfaadt. 0-1. 6-0 Arizona. Tatis and Cronenworth to follow. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 to the Padre catcher, batting for the first time tonight. Well, we mentioned Pfaadt making his second start back from AAA. Diamondback offense gave him some good run support against the Giants last week. Doing so again here tonight, and that really does change a lot for a guy, right?
No doubt about it. You got that lead. You got a little breathing room. You feel more comfortable. You don't have to be quite as perfect early in the count. What does that lead to? It leads to you getting ahead. All of a sudden, you're in the driver's seat more often. A lot of positive things happen when you've got a lead.
There's a 2-1 and a ground ball off the handle foul at third base, 2-2.
You know, what's really interesting also, Jesse, we talked about sort of the roller coaster ride that has been for Pfaadt so far this season. Rotation, bullpen, AAA, back to the big league. He did make a mechanical adjustment in coming back from AAA and basically changed his entire delivery in a way.
Pitch coming, and Duran waits on it, then lines it foul the other way. 2-2.
Throughout his career, he's been one of those old school guys where the hands go over the head in a full delivery, full windup. He put that away in AAA. So when he went down there, he had that full over the head windup. Now he's just keeping his hands next to his chest, almost like a modified working out of the stretch delivery.
Forever adjusting. 2-2 to Duran. Long look into Moreno. Now he's ready. And the pitch is swung on and missed, strike three. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Try and hit it, and he could not. Second strikeout for Pfaadt, and one away in the bottom of the third.
So I was kind of curious what that change in his delivery might have done in terms of the shapes of his pitches or the velocity or any of that. And I can't find any difference at all. There's no extra velo, there's no extra spin rate, there's no extra vertical or horizontal movement. Everything is the same, but he does seem to be locating it much more consistently.
First pitch to Tatis, and Fernando takes a fastball strike.
And he's doing that really well. First pitch strikes. In fact, he was almost 80% first pitch strikes in his first game back from AAA. Using the fastball a ton more also.
0-1. Tatis takes low outside.
He'd kind of gotten into this stretch where he was throwing, let's see, how many different pitches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 different offerings. And the one that he used the least, he was still using it 12% of the time. So he was basically using everything throughout his attack on hitters. But since his return, he's almost 35 to 40% fastballs, using the number one.
Fernando swings here, sends one very high, but not deep into right center. Troy going to call off Carroll, and the center fielder kind of tiptoeing in front of the right fielder makes the catch. 2 away in the bottom of the third, 6-0 Diamondbacks, and Jake Cronenworth coming up. It's fascinating. And, boy, it sure seems to me we're seeing a lot of guys, particularly younger guys, I guess, on the mound, having more success when they do simplify a little bit as of late in terms of the reps.
Yeah, there's 2 different theories on it, right? I mean, we've seen some guys who have used more pitches, and I think generally baseball is encouraging it more than they used to.
First pitch to Cronenworth is a strike.
It used to be if you had 6 different offerings, that means that you don't have any good ones. And so you just got to have a bunch of mediocrity and try to throw it at them. But nowadays, there's just so much analytics in terms of, well, maybe you can use the sweeper.
All outside, 1-1.
Have you thought about using the cutter? Well, let's use a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer. Now we got 2 different types of changeups, and now we got kick changes, and we got 2 different types of curveballs and 3 different gyro sliders, and everyone's trying all these different things.
1-1 on the ground to the right side and through the right side. A base hit for Cronenworth is 2 for 2.
But to your point, Jesse, I think sometimes amidst all of that, and there's a time and a place for all those things, and it's great to be able to learn how to manipulate the ball and use all those analytical weapons. It gets back down to a basic, right? If you can't locate your fastball, if you don't have a foundational piece that you can go to when you need to that sets up all the other stuff, the rest of it's just noise.
Yeah. you can certainly understand a world, for some guys at least, where it can become a little bit overly complicated while they're in the heat of battle. First pitch to Manny, swung on, grounded foul at third, strike one.
Well, the future Hall of Famer Manny Machado at the plate right now sort of made comment about that a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about all these analytics and everything. And at some point, it comes down to getting into the box or getting on the mound and battling and making pitches. And I think sometimes that gets lost when you talk to coaches, and they will acknowledge that sometimes players do get lost.
0-1 is swung on and missed. Hung a sweeper there, got away with it, strike two.
Especially the pitchers. There's so much talk now about spin rates and spin rate, coefficients and all these different things that they're talking about, which all make sense, and the arm angles and extensions. And it's all good. It's all fine and dandy. But at some point, it also comes down to just standing on a mound and competing. And I think sometimes guys get too wrapped up in the numbers and forget about the compete part.
Cronenworth at first, 2 outs. 0-2 to Machado. Thought will deliver, and Manny takes in the dirt. Yeah, we've even heard Michael King talk about that a little bit this year in a slightly different context. He's obviously had a lot of mechanical stuff he's tried to work through this season and some adjustments he's tried to make. And he says, that's all well and good between starts, and you're trying to remind yourself what to do. But when you get out on the mound, that's not the time and place to be thinking about that stuff because you're out there trying to get guys out.
Yeah.
And that can take longer then to make those adjustments. 1-2 is outside because when you're on the mound, you're not thinking about, okay, where's my arm slot? Where's, this supposed to be? I'm just worried about the guy who's standing in that box 60 and a half feet away.
One of the things that helped me get from AAA to the big leagues, Jesse, is when I started focusing on the mitt better, and I'll tell you why that helped.
2-2 to Machado. Thought will deliver. And Manny swings. Hits a ground ball right to Perdomo. Down to a knee. He's got it. And goes to second. Of course, Cronenworth. Marte has a little fun with him at the bag. And that will end the inning. No runs, a hit. Padres leave a batter. And after 3, it's the Diamondbacks 6. And the Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years.
Top of the 4th brought to you by Genesis Home Improvement, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. Arizona ahead 6-0. Number 9 hitter Tommy Troy leads off 0 for 1, and he'll take a first pitch fastball a little bit low, 1-0. Bob was talking about kind of making the next step in his pitching career when he started focusing on something a little bit different out on the mound. 1-0 is in the air up the right field line. Tatis over into foul ground, but not going to have a chance to get there. And a foul ball, 1-1.
Yeah, your comment about Michael King and what he was talking about reminded me of something that really made a huge difference in my career. I started doing a much better job of focusing on the mitt, which did two things. First of all, it eliminated all the extractions going around, right? And you get your laser beam focus on the glove.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
But the other thing that I found, Jess, is the more that I did that, the more obviously, if I'm thinking about hitting the mid, I'm not thinking about mechanics, and my body would self-correct with the mechanics to get the ball where I wanted it to go. And the less I got out of my body, the more I got in the mid, the better things went.
Slow grounder foul. Still 1-2 on Troy.
Kind of similar to what Michael was talking about. And that's where you put your work in the bullpen in between innings, and you're thinking about mechanics, and you're doing all that stuff. And when it comes game time, you better be focused on that mitt. And more often than not, the better you do that, the more your body will respond.
1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Fourth K of the day for Walker Buehler. 1 out in the top of the fourth inning as the order turns over again. Ketel Marte coming up already for the third time tonight. Padres blew a 6-0 lead against the Diamondbacks in Mexico City. Second game there. Let's see if perhaps the Diamondbacks can do the same here tonight. It'll begin, of course, with trying to put up a couple zeros here. Ball one low to Marte, 1-0. Dribbled and scored in the first inning on the ball that Merrill had trouble with in center. Buehler struck him out looking in the second. And a pitch high and outside, 2-0. Game got off to a very weird start in the top of the first inning. Padres committed 2 errors. There was the misplayed ball in center field, a hit by pitch. Here's down and in, 3-0. And at the time, didn't necessarily think, oh boy, here we go again. It was just kind of a weird inning. Buehler then had a normal second, put him down 1-2-3. There's a swing and a miss, 3-1. But in the third inning with 1 out, Diamondbacks put together 4 straight hits, the last of which was a long 3-run homer by Max Kepler. And all of a sudden it was 6-zip. 3-1, chopped to first base. Sheets backs up on it. He's got it. And the underhand flip to Buehler is in time, 2 away.
Nice job coming back after the 3-0 count. Made some quality pitches right there to retire Marte for the second out.
So the shortstop Perdomo will bat here with 2 outs, nobody on. Lined out to Song. His last at bat, that was a hang a star play here at Petco. Buehler now over 70 pitches. First one to Perdomo, batting left-handed, a fastball, strike, 0-1.
The one thing you know Walker's going to do, he's going to try to keep himself in the ballgame as long as possible to try to take some pressure off that bullpen.
Ball low, 1-1. That was one of the remarkable things he was able to do in that game at Wrigley. The fact that the team lost by 20 runs and used 1 reliever is something of a miracle. 1-1, Perdomo swings and misses, strike 2.
One thing you can never second-guess Walker Buehler about is his competitiveness, Jess.
Yeah.
This guy just loves to compete.
Trying for a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch to Perdomo a little bit down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, there's real intensity about him.
Mm-hmm.
Two and two, the pitch, and Perdomo hits it on the ground wide of first, a foul ball. Mention hanging a star back in the third inning. It reminds me, our last home game before today was that final Sunday against the Dodgers. I think it was June 28th. And up in the booth, Jerry Coleman's granddaughter, grandson, and great-grandchildren came to visit. Here's a high fly ball to deep right field, and Perdomo, a home run. Swung so hard the helmet popped off his head. And Geraldo Perdomo with his 6th of the year, a 2-out solo shot in the 4th inning. And the Diamondbacks have made it 7-0.
Changeup that just kind of hung there for him, Jess. And for the second time tonight, Fernando Tatis Jr., as soon as the ball was struck, really didn't even need to turn around and look for it. Changeup down and in to a left-hand batter. That's a dangerous spot, and Perdomo made him pay. Tatis credit, he gave it the token look, but really didn't need to.
Now Corbin Carroll goes after the first pitch. He hits one high to right field, but this time it'll be playable. Tatis, about 10 feet in front of the warning track, will put it away. But the Diamondbacks have added on the Perdomo solo shot. And in the middle of the 4th inning, now 7-0 Arizona on the Padres Radio Network.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're...
Fans score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, they've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Padres, the official source for your Padres gear.
Sheets, France, and Merrill in the bottom of the fourth inning against Brandon Pfaadt, who is pitching with a 7-0 lead. Pitch, and Gavin takes a fastball down the middle. Here comes the Lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Sheets grounded to Perdomo, his only other time up. Next one on the way, Gavin swings, pops it up foul behind home plate, and that'll come down in the 11th row. Pretty much right back of the Arizona on deck. Circle left side. 0-2 on the Padre first baseman, who was 4 for 15 in Los Angeles with a double. And a big two-run single in the Padre comeback game 1 against the Diamondbacks in Mexico City. 0-2, Pfaadt will deal. And the pitch to Sheets, swung on and missed, strike 3. Good changeup. And the third strikeout of the night for Brandon Pfaadt, 1 away in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, you talked about the getting pitcher a big lead, and Brandon Pfaadt is making the most of it, Jesse. He's just coming right at him with first pitch fastballs down the middle and saying, okay, here it is, strike 1. He's done that 8 out of 10 times so far tonight for first pitch strikes. And once he does that, then he starts working the corners. A couple of good changeups to put away Gavin Sheets.
Now Ty France, who had a 9-pitch battle with him in his first debut. And Ty swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. France homered against him in Mexico City when Pfaadt was working out of the bullpen. The last start that Pfaadt made against the Padres was game 162 here last year. Padres rocked him. 8 runs in 4 innings. But it is worth noting, here's the 0-1. France checks his swing, takes high. They appeal he didn't go. 2 of the best starts of his career have come against the Padres. Last July 9th, 8 innings here at Petco, 2 runs, 4 hits, didn't walk anybody. At one point, retired 13 in a row. 1-1 pitch, chopped on the ground to the left side. Perdomo way towards third, has it. Bounce throw to first base, no chance to get him. It'll be an infield single for Ty France. And a 1-out base runner for the Padres here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And then all the way back in August of 2023, Pfaadt took a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Padres. Juan Soto broke that up with a 1-out double. The Padres actually ended up winning that game. It was scoreless deep into the night.
I remember that game in particular because it felt like he had good movement on his pitches. It didn't always seem like he knew exactly where they're going, but he had good movement in the strike zone and was able to record a lot of outs. He's really been an interesting cat over the course of his career.
Enigmatic, if you will.
Yes, that's the exact word I was going to go to.
Oh, my apologies. Jackson Merrill takes down it in ball 1.
No, I'm glad we're thinking on the same page because you look at it, and I mean, the last 2 years he's put up 358 in the third innings. He's going deep, but he's got a 4.5 ERA over those outings.
1-0 to Merrill in the air, deep down the left field line, pushing towards the seats, and now foul out of play, 1-1.
And to your point, like you just described, there are outings where he goes up and just absolutely deals, and you think, okay, there's the guy. He's got it. He has what it takes, but he's just really struggled to put it together on any kind of a consistent basis.
Career high 33 starts last year, 13-9 with a 5.25 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tells that story. There's a swing and a miss by Merrill, 1-2. The 5th-round pick by the D-backs in 2020, pitched collegiately at Bellarmine University in Louisville, a small Catholic school. One of only 2 guys ever drafted out of Bellarmine and making it to the big leagues. On 2 strikes. Fought with a long pause. Now the pitch. And Merrill takes a little bit off the plate outside. 2-2. Todd Wettlemeyer, the unhit curious. But yeah, fascinating career. You mentioned the contract extension. They gave him a 5-year deal before last season. But that has not kept him in the big leagues full time or even in the rotation full time. Quick throw to first. France kind of flops back to the bag. 7-0 Diamondbacks. Runner on first, 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning.
To his credit, from all reports, when they did send him down this year, he went down with a great attitude, which isn't easy to do after you've been in the big leagues.
2-2 to Merrill, the pitch. Jackson takes outside.
But you got to believe, as much as we've been talking about the enigma, within himself, he's probably got to be thinking the same thing. What's going on? You know, I can pitch 8 innings of shutout ball one day and then give up 6 runs the next. But so far, back-to-back consistent outings since his return from AAA.
3-2 the pitch. And Merrill rips it foul into the netting above the Padre dugout. Nice one-handed catch on the ricochet by Padre team photographer Matt Thomas. Beautifully done.
Nice play, Matty. He's not just a great photographer. Great hands as well.
To say nothing of the hair.
Quality.
Another throw to first. France back just ahead of Vargas's tag. So that is the 2nd disengagement of the plate appearance. That's got to be the first time all year somebody has used 2 disengagements on Ty France. Three and 2 to Merrill. France is not running, and Jackson fouls it off the catcher Moreno uncomfortably. Count will remain 3-2.
Maybe the first time in the history of the game that it would happen with a 7-run lead also for Ty France. No offense, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1 out of 2 stealing bases, not known for his speed, and down 7 in the 4th inning. I can assure you, he is not trying to go anywhere. Get the sense sometimes now with the pitch clock, guys will just sort of use that throw over as a way to kind of get a reset on the clock.
Oh, yeah.
3-2 again, 8th pitch of the at-bat to Merrill. Jackson swings and misses at a changeup, strike 3.
Change has been a good pitch for him tonight. 2nd strikeout on that pitch this inning.
So France at first, 2 down for Samad Taylor. He's got one of the 4 Padre hits, a 2-out single, his first time up. Padres down 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Arenado in at third, just in case Taylor tries to bunt his way aboard. And Samad will take a fastball strike on the outside edge, 0-1. Taylor, who grew up in Corona, got a chance to play at Dodger Stadium as a major leaguer for the first time this past weekend. Obviously, special experience for him. Did not grow up a Dodger fan. Is the 0-1. Takes outside, but he did go to many games there growing up, so it was certainly neat to be able to be down on the field. Somebody asked him if a lot of friends and family there.
I love this response.
He said, well, not on my dime.
Exactly.
If they want to come, they're more than welcome to buy tickets, but I'm not handling any of that. 1-1. Taylor swings. It's a slow chopper to Arenado. He was in. He's got it. And the throw to first is in time down the end. 4 runs a hit. France is left at first base, and after 4 innings in San Diego, it is the Diamondbacks 7 and the Padres 0 on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20...
Top of the fifth inning, Diamondbacks coming to bat against Walker Buehler. Middle of the order, Arizona up 7-0. Before Moreno leads off, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Padres Radio Network. With Bob Scanlon and our producer engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. 7-0 Diamondbacks. Gabby Moreno leads off in the fifth inning, swings at a 1-0 pitch, and sends it in the air, foul out of play right side. 1-1. For the second consecutive start, Walker Buehler, despite giving up a bunch of runs, just trying to provide as much length as possible here. Moreno has singled, walked, and scored a run. Swings here, pops it up left side of the infield. Machado and Song converging, and Song will make the call and the catch. On the grass cut out to the left of the mound, one away. Today's question today brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare. Love tonight's question from Felix in San Diego.
What does Felix want to know, Jeff?
It's like a mechanical rules question that we probably only mentioned once or twice all year. Pitch outside to Gurriel, 1-0. And I bet a lot of people have been curious about this. Felix asks, what happens when a runner steals and a catcher throws down, but 1-0 pitch is outside? The catcher also wants to ABS challenge the pitch. Does the catcher get to challenge after the throw? Felix, your intuition is absolutely correct. There's the 2-0. That is popped foul out of play right side. I don't think we've seen it yet. But, yes, that's exactly what would happen. So if the catcher wants to ABS challenge a pitch, he can do so after the completion of the play. So he can throw down to second on a stolen base attempt and then tap his helmet.
But he would need to do it quickly so as it wasn't a thing of, okay, I turn around, I look in the dugout, try to get some coaching from them.
Gurriel takes a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, so you've got to do it quickly.
Yeah, so pretty much as soon as you make the throw, the play at second base happens, you tap your helmet. But yeah, I don't know that we've seen that anywhere in a game this year. Ball low, 3-2. I feel like it would have been all over John Boy.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that yet. But you would know better than I, because you notice those types of things, and throughout the league also more than I do in general.
Certainly haven't seen it in a Padre game.
Yeah.
Fouled back, still 3-2. One out, nobody on in the fifth. 7-0 Diamondbacks. And by the way, that goes not just for stolen base attempts. If there's like a snap throw to first, or, a ball in the dirt or a wild pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I guess you're not ABS challenging a wild pitch necessarily. 3-2 lined up the right field side, but maybe a pass ball, right? If you potentially try and receive one,
get crossed up.
You get crossed up.
Yeah,
it kicks away, goes to the backstop. You can go get it, throw to third base, and then still challenge it after that. It would look very, very weird, but you can do all that. And someday we're going to see it, and Felix in San Diego is going to say, I knew that was okay.
Good question, Felix.
Great question. 3-2 is in the air to right field. Fernando ambling over to the line and crossing into foul territory. Just barely, he makes the catch. Second out of the inning here in the top of the fifth. So, the rule basically is written, I think, that the ABS challenge can happen at the conclusion of the play, whatever the play may be. Thanks to Felix. Remember to submit your question. You can go to 973thefansd.com/question. 2 outs, nobody on for Max Kepler. Left-hand hitting left fielders had a big night. He takes low. And speaking of ABS challenge, here's one from Rodolfo Duran. A little bit of an odd time for it, and it is low. So the Padres are now without an ABS review. And, boy, just contextually, 2 outs, nobody on in the 5th inning, first pitch of an at-bat. I don't know that that's the time and place. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
You better be really, really sure. I feel like there have been some questionables over the last couple of weeks, Jess.
Yeah, I think, it probably goes part and parcel with the struggles.
Yep.
Pitch low here, 2-1. Everybody just, so badly wants to help the team in any way. And maybe you just get a little bit over anxious with everything. But as anybody in this game will tell you, you don't do your best work in those situations. Here's a pop to short left. Song is back, and he will call off Taylor to make the catch. And the Diamondbacks go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Midway at Petco, 7-0 Arizona on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, I'll spend 6 months living with a Honduran capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Are you ready to take a swing at base balderdash? Today's phrase is nubber. Do you know what it means? Nubber. A batted ball hit off the end of the bat.
Alex.
Bottom of the 5th inning at Petco Park. Song, Duran, and Tatis coming up for the Padres against Brandon Pfaadt, who has gotten big run support and has taken complete advantage of it. Just filling up the strike zone and coming right after these Padre hitters and having great success so far. No runs, 4 hits through 4 innings. Hasn't walked anybody, struck out 4. Song swings to the first pitch and pops it into shallow left field. Perdomo back, Kepler in, and Kepler will reach forward at the last second to make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning for Pfaadt. And that's kind of how it's going for him right now.
First pitch strikes, just 75%. In fact, they've been almost all fastballs these last few innings once he's gotten the lead. 10 out of 13 first pitch strike fastballs thrown.
Here's Rodolfo Duran, 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. First pitch, fastball strike, top of the zone. The Don and Mud mini-yacht bobblehead is officially sold out, but don't let this news sink your ship. Oh. Our copywriters are getting clever.
Mm-hmm.
Love a pun. 0-1, Duran takes a strike on the outside corner. Backed by popular demand, a second chance to secure this bobblehead has been added to the September 5th game against the Yankees. 0-2. And Duran swings and misses. Strike 3, number 5 for Pfaadt. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Tatis coming up. So don't let this opportunity sail away. Purchase the theme game package at Padres.com/theme games.
Wow. A lot of punnery going on in that one, huh?
Well, appropriate for the Don and Mud mini yacht. First pitch swinging, Tatis hits one firmly up the right field line, but foul.
There's got to be some reference to the inner tube there, though, also. The mud is sitting in outside the mini yacht.
The Coast Guard mandated inner tube.
Yes.
Coast Guard did the inspection, did not permit both men to be on the same vessel.
Both men of that size, we should know.
Correct, yes. Fouled at the plate 0-2. I thought that was kind of understood. Safety first. I believe they're wearing their PFDs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nobody on. The 0-2, swing and a miss. 1-2-3-2 strikeout fifth inning for Brandon Pfaadt. And we'll go to the sixth at Petco. 7-0 Diamondbacks on the Padres Radio Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com. Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron. The fireworks are going. Henry Aaron is coming around third. His teammates are at home plate. And listen to this crowd.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Are you ready to round the bases with Base Balderdash? Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Hayes puts it in the air to right field. Blackman can't get to it. Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's time to step up to the plate and see if you can guess which baseball player or manager said the following.
Tonight I stand here overwhelmed.
Fans, the top of the sixth inning is presented by Amvuttra Vutrisiran. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra and visit Amvuttra.com. Amvuttra.com to learn more today.
Arenado, Vargas, and Troy, 7-8-9 for the Diamondbacks coming up against the new Padre pitcher, right-hander Alec Jacob, appearing in the big leagues for the first time since mid-June. Only his third major league appearance of the year, and he misses way high to Arenado, ball one. Takes over for Walker Buehler at another tough one. 7 runs, 7 hits in 5 innings. Walked 1, hit a batter, struck out 4, gave up 2 homers. 1-0 pitch, Arenado in the air, deep to left field. Samad Taylor back to the corner. He looks up, this one gonna go. Second balcony Western Metal. Arenado able to keep it fair. His 10th home run of the season, and it's 8-0.
Got the arms extended, sort of a hook pull of a fastball out over the plate, Jesse. Only his second home run in the last 30 games. The power has not been a predominant part of his game so far this season, but he gets all this one.
He is now reached in 23 consecutive games here at Petco, going back to 2018. His 31st career home run against the Padres, more than any active player. Here's Vargas, batting left-hander. He takes down ball one. So Jacob relieves Buehler. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. For over 70 years, Sid's Carpet Barn has stood alone as San Diego's flooring leader. Vargas pops it up into shallow left. Song back. Taylor doesn't see it, but Song is there, and he makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. From premium high-end choices to top-quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. Visit any Sid's or SidsCarpet.com. So a rude welcome back to the Major Leagues for Alec Jacob, but bounces back to get Vargas, and now the 9-hitter Tommy Troy. Jacob, excellent numbers, by the way, this year at AAA El Paso. Not an easy place to pitch. And a ball outside, 1-0. 24 appearances for the Chihuahuas this year, including 5 saves and a 3.71 ERA. 1-0 pitch is a broken back roller to short. Song collects it, gets rid of it quickly, and in time to get the speedy runner. 2 outs in the 6th. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, who offers TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to help veterans and active duty military lift the fog of depression. Honor, service, recovery. Visit KMGPsychiatry.com today. In Kansas City, the Royals beat the Phillies 15-1. Royals had 22 hits. Tyler Tolbert, who is Bobby Witt Jr.'s backup, was 5 for 5. First pitch fastball to Marte and a called strike.
Jess, have we seen more blowout games recently?
Feels like it, yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard all the talk about the baseballs.
Oh, they're jumpy.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Yeah, starting beginning of June, it seems the ball started to fly quite a bit more than it had in the first 2 months.
And Major League Baseball's not denying it. They don't know why why the balls have had this effect.
0-2, swung on and missed. Marte strikes out to end the top of the 6th inning, but the Diamondbacks get another. The Arenado homer after 5.5. 8-0 Arizona on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Are you ready to take a swing at base balderdash? Today's phrase is around the horn. Do you know what it means? Around the horn. A double play that begins with...
Hey, who's on deck for the Padres on the 6th is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com, and it's going to be the 2-3-4 batters for the Padres here in the 6th inning. Jake Cronenworth, Manny Machado, and Gavin Sheets.
They will face a new Diamondback pitcher, Ryan Thompson. Veteran right-hander takes over for Brandon Pfaadt, who again was not stretched all the way out. So Pfaadt, who is cruising, done after 72 pitches. He threw 5 shutout innings, 4 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Diamondbacks with an 8-0 lead. Cronenworth will lead off against the righty Thompson. And the Sidewinder delivers a fastball strike on the inner third, 0-1. We were talking about the baseballs flying. Going back to the start of June, they are less draggy. For you scientists out there, you physicists, less drag on the baseballs. Pitch is, again, a called strike. 0-2 on Cronenworth.
Yeah, less drag. So they're carrying 10 to 15 feet further is what I've heard than normal. Although I've seen some balls hit in the last couple of weeks that felt like traveled a lot further than that. But again, Major League Baseball really not sure why there's been a change in the production quality of them. They still fall within MLB regulation.
Pitch inside 1-2.
Just less drag, like you said, Jesse, so they're carrying further.
And by the way, 10, 15 feet, that's a lot. That's the difference, between a fly ball to the front of the warning track and one into the seats.
Yep.
Pitch downstairs, 2-2 to Cronenworth.
And again, I feel like I've seen some balls that have carried even further than that.
Absolutely.
On some pitches that have been off the end of the bat, and wow, I'm really surprised that one left. Several in Dodger Stadium, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, 2-2, down and in, ball 3.
Hit by both teams.
Yeah. I remember the one game, Jackson Merrill to left center. It's surprising that Betts, an inning or two later, neither one off the bat looked like it was going to be a home run. And, I mean, you could add a list of 10 more that we've seen in the last few weeks. Little number foul, third base. So, yeah, a lot of blowouts. Seen a fair share of those, of course.
Yep.
And this all began with the talk of the 15-1 win by the Royals over the Phillies. At the Trop, Yankees had only 3 hits, but 2 were home runs by Jose Caballero. They beat the Rays 5-1. Cam Schlitter was outstanding. Cronenworth swings and misses, strike 3, 1 out here in the 6th inning. And so the Yankees trying to get themselves back into that thing are now 3 in back of Tampa Bay in the East. At Nationals Park, the Astros had a 6-1 lead in the 3rd, but the Nationals rallied with 5 in the 3rd and 6 in the 5th and hung on for a 12-11 win. So again, a lot of runs.
Well, the Nats have had a couple really tough blown losses in the last couple of weeks, too.
Manny stands in, swings and misses at a slider, strike 1. Machado looking for his first hit of the night here on his 34th birthday. Pitch here in the air to left field. Kepler backing up, has room, and now a little bit over towards the line to make the catch, 2 down.
Fans, the bottom of the 6th is brought to you by Eco Water SoCal. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. So keeping it soft since 1925, visit EcoWaterSoCal.com, or you can give them a call, 760-350-3338.
8-0 Diamondbacks. Base is empty, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gavin Sheets stands in against Thompson. And first pitch down and in, ball 1. In Atlanta, more 9th inning craziness between the Mets and the Braves. They had some yesterday, they had some more today. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Juan Soto hit a 3-run homer to put the Mets ahead 5-3. But
there's more.
Fastball strike to Sheets, 1-1. Matt Olson tied it in the bottom of the 9th with a 2-run homer. Mets got 2 in the 10th and then held on for a 7-6 win in extra. 1-1 pitch is roped into shallow center, long run. Troy, that was just dumped down in front of him. Base hit off the end of the bat for Gavin Sheets. A 2-out bloop single here in the 6th inning. And lastly, in St. Louis, Brewers were down 3-0 after 6. Got 4 in the 7th. Come back and beat the Cardinals 4-3. A very Brewers-like win.
Like Tommy Troy might have been fooled on that one also, Jesse. The big swing by Gavin Sheets. Didn't really see it off the end of the bat. And again, still kind of a dusk sky.
Ty France, big swing and a miss. Yeah, we're into the sort of deep, deep navy sky right now. If this were Friday night, we might describe it as an obsidian sky.
Oh, nice.
Sheets, first 2-way, the 0-1 to France is at the top of the zone, called a ball. That'll be challenged by the catcher Moreno. Looks pretty clearly to be a strike. Even with the naked eye, we'll check the big board. And it is indeed a strike. Most of the ball is inside the rectangle. So it'll be overturned, and now France in an 0-2 hole.
Obsidian with some bone and fireberry accents, Jess.
There you go. Maybe some magnolia. Oh, and 2 to France, the pitch. Ty swings and misses, strike 3, no runs, a hit. And Sheets left at first base. We played 6. It's the Diamondbacks 8 and the Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're a commercial contractor, you know the game. Service work projects, crew tracking, cash flow, margins, and more. Here's the problem. You're running your business with disjointed systems that just aren't cutting it. If that's the case, I need to tell you about Service Titan, the only end-to-end platform built specifically for service and construction work. From prospecting and bidding to install, maintenance, retrofits, and everything in between, Service Titan gives you the tools you need to thrive. Learn more at ServiceTitan.com. That's ServiceTitan.com.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but...
Well, fans, as you just heard, the top of the 7th inning is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente, a better idea for healthcare.
Perdomo, Carroll, and Moreno, 2-3-4 coming up for the D-backs here in the 7th inning against Alec Jacob. Big lead, Arizona, 8-0. First pitch on the way is high, ball 1. Walker Buehler went 5. Jacob worked the 6th, and I imagine the idea is to keep him out there as long as his arm allows. 1-0 pitch in the air to left field. Taylor taking a moment to measure it up. Now he backs up about a step and a half. Puts it away with 2 hands. And 1 down in the top of the 7th inning. Diamondbacks got off to a fast start. 2 runs in the first inning. They were a little bit weird, but there were 2 runs. They got 4 in the 3rd, another in the 4th. And then Jacob gave up a home run to Arenado last inning.
Yeah, some weird defensive plays there in that first inning.
Here's Corbin Carroll taking a changeup strike.
And Walker, quite frankly, did some things that didn't help himself either with the hit batsman. He made an error himself. Made one bad pitch to Max Kepler that drove in the run. But some other strange things behind him as well.
0-1 is high.
All that being said, he got out of that inning with only 20 pitches being thrown, so it could have been worse in terms of that. Clean second. And then in the 3rd inning, some really good plate appearances by the Diamondbacks and a couple of mistakes by Walker, and it got out of hand.
High and outside, 2-1. Yeah, after 2 innings, even after the weird start in the first, you're okay.
Yeah.
2-0, no big deal. But the 3rd is where it got away. And as you said, the Diamondbacks did a good job just kind of chopping some balls through some holes. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2, and then Kepler launched one 3-run homer that, at least to this point, looks like it might be the knock down, if not knock out blow. 2-2 to Carroll is just a little bit too far inside, ball 3. Carroll, for his part tonight, 1 out of 3 with a double and a run scored in that 4-run 3rd inning. Machado shifted almost to shortstop. Carroll took advantage of that, grounded it right up the 3rd baseline. Now he sends one back towards Scans. And right over our head into the upper deck. Behind home plate.
I'm still surprised you guys don't get more balls up in the press box here, Jess.
I'm amazed that every time you're here, we almost get one. Broken back grounder right to first. Sheets has it and hits the back 2 away. Spend your summer at America's #1 ballpark cheering on the Padres. Join us for exciting matchups and promotions, family-friendly fun, and must-have giveaways. Explore the full schedule and get your tickets at the official source, Padres.com/tickets. Base is empty, 2 outs for Gabriel Moreno. He has singled and walked and scored. And he'll take a fastball strike. The 0-1 pitch is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We noted that these 2 teams came into this game with identical records, 44 and 45. And as badly as it's been going for the Padres, still very much in the thick of the playoff conversation in the National League. Pitch fouled away, 1-2. Diamondbacks pretty much in the same spot they were in this time last year. And then they went out and basically had a nightmare month of July. And that resulted in a pretty good sell-off. And it was not a fun thing to go through for those guys. And Corbin Carroll talked about that a little bit this week, and he said, we probably put a bit too much pressure on ourselves heading towards the trade deadline. And he said, I think it backfired on the team. That is absolutely something that happens in this game. There's a 1-2, and Moreno reaches for it, knocks it foul to stay alive. And the Diamondbacks going to try and learn from that lesson here in 2026. And probably something Padre fans should be aware of and keep in mind. And a lot of other teams as well. Still a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, and Moreno lifts it on a line shallow right over Cronenworth in front of Tatis. And a soft line drive base hit with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Baseball, I think as much as any other sport, Jesse, is one of those where the harder you try, the more elusive it becomes. Yeah. On the macro level and the micro level. Macro, you're trying to win games, but it really comes down to the micro as well. Hitters that are trying too hard, pitchers that are trying too hard, defenders that are whatever it is, if you're trying too hard, it's not going to work out on this field.
Carroll talked about, balancing urgency with not forcing things. Gurriel lines one foul. And look, it's very easy to talk about. Very easy to, put those words together, string that sentence together. But then, you get down on the field, I can see how that would be tough.
I think that's where experience comes in. I really do. Because when you're first trying to navigate it, to your point, you usually get it wrong. You usually have too much urgency.
Swing and a miss strike, too.
And that turns into too much pressure on yourself and trying to do things you're not capable of. Once you've been through it, and you've been through those types of experiences, you start to realize, okay, it's not trying harder, it's just staying extra focused on what I can take care of right here at this moment.
0-2, swung on and missed. Jacob strikes out Gurriel on the top of the 7th inning. No runs a hit, and one guy left on base. Time to stretch at Petco Park. Diamondbacks 8, Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you learned is just better. That Modelo is the Remarkable Fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
Yeah, it's a lot of credit to them. A lot of credit to CY, a lot of credit to our ownership, on having a view and bringing in people. And it's truly incredible, to have this group behind.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Merrill, Taylor, and Song for the Padres against the Arizona reliever Ryan Thompson. Diamondbacks with an 8-0 lead. With Bob Scanlon and our producer-engineer Dave Marcus, Jesse Agler. Second inning of work for Thompson, and he sidearm delivers a slider strike. 0-1 to Merrill, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Padres, no runs, 5 hits. The Diamondbacks, 8 runs, 9 hits. 3 of them homers. Pitch way inside here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Walker Buehler started for the Padres, charged with 7 runs in 5 innings. It was 6-0 after 3. Here's the 1-1. Merrill chops one off the glove of the pitcher. Thompson kicks over towards third base, and an infield hit to begin the inning. That is the very first time tonight that the leadoff man has reached for the Padres.
Thompson did all he possibly could to try to reach up and grab this one. I don't think if he lets it go, it's a routine play for the shortstop behind him either. And I can just tell you from a pitcher's perspective, when you see that ball going over your head and you're 6'5", you think, I can get this one just off the tip of his glove.
Popped right up. And yeah, great effort. Just couldn't quite get it in the glove. Now Samad Taylor gets in, takes a fastball strike at the knees. 0-1. So Merrill at first, nobody out. Now a swing and a miss at a slider, running away, 0-2. Great crowd on this Monday night at Petco as the team returns home from the long road trip. 38,204. An 0-2 pitch. Taylor swings and misses. Strike 3. Waved at that slider, running away. Third K for Thompson. One out of the bottom of the 7th inning. Song will be the batter.
I mentioned 6'5". He's got that low swinging sidearm delivery, really tough on right-handers. And he throws a little bit harder than some sidearmers. He's in the low 90s. Tough on righties for sure.
Left-handed hitting Song takes low.
Left-handers have been a little bit of a different story. Hitting 304 against it with a 916 OPS.
Merrill's already got a hit. Now we'll see what Song can do. 1-0 pitch is chopped to the right of the mound, and it'll be gloved by Thompson, who just runs it himself right to the bag. First baseman Vargas was running towards the mound. The pitcher Thompson was running towards first, and Thompson in full stride fielded that chopper and just took it right to first base, 2 away.
Well, in that case, the 6'5" frame was able to help him getting the chopper. Instead of it going off his glove, was able to put it right in the pocket. 2 down.
So Merrill advances to second base on that chopper to the right of the mound. And in doing so, he becomes the very first Padre tonight to get to second base. Fouled away by Duran, strike 1.
It's been a very quiet night for Bob Henley over in that third base coaching box.
Oh, 0-1. Duran takes outside. So again, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, the Padres have advanced a runner beyond first for the first time in this game. 1-1. Duran swings and fouls it on a line into the terrace behind home plate, strike 2. Diamondbacks ahead, 8-0. Thompson ready to pitch, and Duran swings, just gets a piece, able to take it foul on the ground behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres have launched a brand new way to explore and book suites. Available online from your desktop or mobile device, this new website allows you to browse all Petco Park suite layouts, view pricing, and see availability in real time. Padres.com/suites. Purchase yours today. 1-2, swing and a miss. Duran tried to check, but went most of the way around. And the inning is over. No runs a hit. Merrill left at second base. We played 7. It's the Diamondbacks 8 and the Padres nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
When you run a growing home service business, you roll with the punches. More trucks, more techs, more jobs, and suddenly your team is drowning in spreadsheets, manual work, and software that just can't keep up. But there's a better way. Service Titan is the all-in-one system designed to help you scale the right way from day one. There's a reason Service Titan customers increase their revenue by an average of 15% every year. Get the software you can't outgrow. Go to ServiceTitan.com to learn more.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Are you ready to take a swing at base balderdash? Today's phrase is payoff pitch. Do you know what it means?
Top of the 8th inning, Kepler, Arenado, and Vargas. 6-7-8 coming up for the Diamondbacks against Alec Jacob in his 3rd inning of work. Diamondbacks with a big lead, 8-0. Jace Bowen has come in to play right field, so Fernando's night is done. Everybody else still out there for the Padres. Kepler, left-handed batter, has the biggest hit of the night, and he takes outside ball 1. A 3-run homer with 1 out in the 3rd inning. Took this game from 3-0 to 6-0, and really seemed to take the air out of the Padres. 1-0 pitch is on the inner third for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, too, that the guy that's really been struggling because he'd only had 19 plate appearances coming into this ball game after being reinstated from his suspension. He'd been struggling at the plate trying to find his timing.
1-1, swung on and missed. Also had an RBI single back in the 1st inning. So big night for Kepler. Really his first big night wearing that Diamondbacks uniform.
Yep. Now it feels like he's part of the club.
One and 2, Jacob delivers, and Kepler takes low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tested positive for PEDs as a free agent back in January. So had the 80-game suspension and signed with the Diamondbacks June 7th. 2-2 pitch. Foul back to our left. So Kepler will provide some thump, they hope, throughout the summer. But, of course, if the Diamondbacks do qualify for the postseason, Max Kepler will not be eligible. 2-2, Kepler muscles that in the air, foul out of play left side. And that's a rule I think every fan in baseball really appreciates.
But quite frankly, I had forgotten because I had looked at it and I'd seen that he'd come off the suspension, and then in reading the article, I was like, oh, and he's not eligible for the postseason. Like, oh, yeah, that's right.
2-2, Kepler swings and misses, strike 3.
But as it should be, right, Jess? Yeah. I mean, there have to be consequences and sacrifices, and that's definitely one of them that you shouldn't be rewarded for getting to play in postseason for breaking the rules.
It's one of those two that, really can hurt a team, and it makes it, I would imagine, harder in the clubhouse. Now, a little bit different because he was a free agent, but if you're on a team and you get suspended during a year, Arenado takes outside ball 1. I mean, it's already tough in the clubhouse for those guys these days. But then if you're on a good team, you go, man, we're not going to have that guy in October. Here's a 1-0. Foul back.
It's a little bit different in his case, though, because it's not as though he was already signed up with the team.
Right.
And then you have this.
Yeah, no, I said,
Yeah,
if you're a free agent, a little different.
Yeah, a little bit different, but still, a team is signing you because you think you can make a difference in helping them get there, and now you're part of that team getting there, and now they got to fill that role in postseason time?
Grounded foul, 1-2. I'm just thinking back to the first Profar suspension with the Braves that came up right after they left here last year, 25. And, I mean, he was supposed to be part of what was supposed to be a really good Atlanta team.
Yep.
And that was part of what those guys were so upset about. Line foul right side is that, hey, we're trying to go to a World Series.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, they ended up not being very good last year, but then, of course, this year in March, a second suspension done for the year. 1-2. Arenado reaches for it, grounds it to short. Song charges, has it. 1-footed throw to first is in time. That's a nice play. And 2 outs in the top of the 8th.
Hey, Padre fans, pets are family. That's why Petco is where they go to keep all their bases covered with an all-star lineup of food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, official pet partner of the San Diego Padres.
8-0 Diamondbacks. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 8th. Omaro Vargas, switch hitter, batting left-handed here against Alec Jacob. First pitch, and he takes a changeup, strike, 0-1. Jacob doing the yeoman's work out of the pen here tonight. In his 3rd inning of relief, coming up on 40 pitches now.
He's already done a nice job, hasn't he, Jess? Just soaking up some innings.
0-1 pitch is a strike. About the least glamorous job as there is on a major league roster on a night like this, but it's a critical job.
No doubt about it. And you know what? His teammates understand it and appreciate it. He'll get some pats on the back and some thank yous from the rest of the guys in that bullpen.
0-2 is up and away.
It's one of those things that can affect things for a couple of days, possibly. Totally go under the radar, except for the people in that clubhouse.
Pitch is muscled in the air to shallow left. Song is back. Taylor is in. Taylor will call off Song, and the left fielder makes the catch. Down to 1-2-3, top of the 8th inning after 7.5. 8-0 D-backs on the Padres Radio Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, top of the order coming up for the Padres. It'll be Jace Bowen, Jake Cronenworth, and Manny Machado facing the new Arizona pitcher, Dre Jameson. Right-hander takes over for Ryan Thompson, who threw 2 shutout innings, couple of hits, 4 strikeouts. Thompson threw 28 pitches, 21 of which were strikes. Bowen batting for the first time after taking over for Fernando in right field, top of the inning. Jace 4 for 34 at the plate to begin his major league career. And first pitch fastball a little bit too far in at 95 miles an hour. 1 ball and no strikes. Alec Jacob through the last 3 innings for the Padres in long relief. 1-0 to Bowen is a fastball strike. And now his Team Italy teammate Ron Marinaccio warming up in the bullpen for the Padres. And again, the work that Jacob did tonight, just critical for the other guys out in that pen. 1-1, Bowen swings, hits it in the air to right center. Long run, Troy, but he'll get there in the gap to reach down and make the catch 1 away. So Jacob doing good work out of the pen. Something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits. Premium vodka cocktails, refreshing flavor, not a seltzer, no fake aftertaste. It's a real cocktail. Smile Spirits, a vacation in a can. Available at Ralph's, Total Wine, Crisp Markets, and Baja Ritz. 1 out, nobody on for Cronenworth. 2 out of 3 with a couple of singles, one of which was the ball Carroll lost track of in the lights. Pitch outside, 1-0. Jake, the only Padre with more than 1 hit. So it's Jameson, who spent the bulk of his season at AAA Reno, relieving Thompson. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. 1-0. Cronenworth grounds it towards first. That's a foul ball. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for 35 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. One out, nobody on. The 1-1 hit in the air, very high and deep down the right field line. It will hook foul. Second deck down the right field line for Cronenworth, and now 1-2. Padres down 8-0 here in the bottom of the eighth. One and two, Jamison delivers, and Cronenworth hits it firmly on the ground to the left side. Arenado to his left has it. Off balance, throw to first is in time. Oh boy, we've seen that 1,000 too many times over the years. Nolan Arenado, a brilliant bit of defense at third base.
So fun to watch. I mean, when you have Manny Machado and Nolan Arenado on the field at the same time, you know you're going to see something special. Completely different styles of how they go about their business, but both excellent at their craft. And for Arenado, it's going to his left and then just making this sort of awkward off-balance throw over the top to get it over there in time.
Brilliant. Now Manny, 0 for 3 here on the birthday. First pitch is taken low. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. One and 0. The pitch to Machado is a slider for a called strike.
That's Jameson's go-to pitch. Throws about 33% of the time. Next to be the four-seamer, but loves to throw that slider.
Here's the 1-1. Machado hits it hard on the ground, up the middle and into left center, a base hit. So Manny with a birthday single here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Jameson trying to run the sinker in on his hands after showing him that slider away, but Manny keeping the hands inside. And boy, if there was any talk about Manny aging out of this game and not being able to get to the fastball, I'd say the last 4 or 5 weeks have put an end to that discussion.
It has changed dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the first pitch to Sheets, strike one. So we've talked a lot about this because last year he hit 324 on fastballs in the zone. He began this year hitting 197 on fastballs in the zone. But in his last 24 games, 285 on fastballs in the zone. Big improvement. Sheets rips one on the line up the right field side, but foul.
Just I wasn't buying that whole narrative either for another reason. When you look at the fastballs that he hit last year, he hit more fastballs at 98 miles an hour or above than at any point in his career. That doesn't just go away over 3 months.
No. It was a lazy take, the age thing. And I think, serious people didn't believe that or give into that. But you heard it a little bit here and there. 0-2, Sheets bounces it towards the mound. Todd Jamison hops up, has it, kind of spins around and then flips it to first base and ends the inning. No runs, a hit, and one guy left on base. End of the 9th inning at Petco Park. 8-0 Diamondbacks on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
A cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound, Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday, Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years at NYC.
Ron Marinaccio on to throw in the top of the ninth inning, relieves Alec Jacob, who threw 3 innings of long relief, gave up a run on 2 hits, one of which was the solo homer by Arenado. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3. Jacob, 42 pitches, 30 of which were strikes. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. Number 9 hitter Tommy Troy will lead off. Speedy center fielder swings at the first pitch, bangs it right on through the left side. Leadoff single on the first pitch at the top of the ninth inning.
29th appearance for Ron Marinaccio with the 4.93 earned run average. And Jesse, the last couple of outings have been a little rough for him. 2 runs allowed in his last trip to the Hill versus the Cubs. And then in the last homestand against the Dodgers, he had a 5 spot, inning and 2/3. So Ron trying to get himself back on track.
Meanwhile, Jorge Barrosa is going to pinch hit for Ketel Marte here. And a couple of these regulars off their feet. Remember, Fernando came out of the game in the top of the 8th inning. All the other Padres starters are still out there, but now Ketel Marte will take a seat. Barrosa hitting 183, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Like Marte, a switch hitter, so he'll bat left-handed. First pitch, swing and a miss. He'll have to go after a fastball up and out of the zone, 0-1. Marte finishes his night 1 out of 4 with a triple, a run scored, 2 strikeouts. The triple was the ball kind of misplayed by Merrill out in center field. Very first batter of the game. And maybe we didn't know it at the time, but kind of a harbinger of things to come. 0-1. And the pitch. Barrosa takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barrosa came off the bench both games these teams played against one another in Mexico City. 5'6", 165, but he packs a punch. Here's the 1-1, way away, 2 balls and a strike. We saw him hit a home run in spring training, and I know it's spring training, but it had to go 450 feet. 2-1 pitch, and a big swing and a miss. He was trying to hit that one 450. Count evens 2-2. He's also part of just a great little note in the major leagues. So last year, there were only 3 guys in the major leagues 5'6". He's obviously one of them. 2-2 pitch. Barrosa takes low. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Altuve, one of them also, Jess?
What's that?
Is Altuve?
Altuve is one of the other 2, and he and Altuve are both from Puerto Cabello, Venezuela.
Oh.
Same hometown. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Marinaccio strikes out a little guy, 1 out here in the 9th inning. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Was Altuve Barrosa's hero growing up, I would imagine?
Certainly, as I say, look up to him. But runner on first, 1 out for Perdomo. Switch hitter batting left-handed. And Perdomo muscles one in the air out of play left side. Perdomo hit a long home run in the 4th and made it 7-0. Drive of the game brought to you by Jeep. With the Jeep Declaration of Deals, they're pledging their allegiance to the American people. 3 homers by the Diamondbacks tonight. 8-0 Arizona here in the 9th. 0-1. The pitch. Perdomo kind of a check swing foul behind home plate. Pavin Smith stepped out on deck to hit for Corbin Carroll. So Torey Lovullo, the Arizona manager, also going to try and get some rest for his all-star right fielder. 0-2, the pitch, and Perdomo swings, lines it foul right behind home plate. Reminder to stay tuned for the Jamul Casino Resort post-game show with Sam. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Runner on first, one out, top of the ninth, 0-2. There's the pitch, and Perdomo takes low. It kicks away from Duran, but not far enough for any advance. Marinaccio set, now the 1-2. Perdomo in the air up the left field line. Long run, Samon Taylor not going to get there. It dumps down in fair territory. Troy got a pretty good read on it, but Taylor got to it quickly and sends it in. And so he advances only one base. First and second, now one out. And indeed, Smith will hit for Carroll.
Little jam shot just landed perfectly into that no man's land in left field. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Jess.
Carroll's night ends 1 out of 4 with a double and a run scored. Smith has only played in 25 games this year, a second consecutive season in which injuries have been a big storyline. And he takes high and outside ball one. Smith was on the IL with an elbow issue when we saw them at the end of April. He got hurt very, very beginning of the year. Didn't come back until the beginning of June. Long IL stint. 1-0, Smith takes, and a fastball strike, 1-1. They brought Carlos Santana in to play first base. I'll be honest, that was one of those additions I really liked for the Diamondbacks. I thought he'd fit right in and really enjoy hitting in that ballpark. He's a great glove, but didn't work out. They ended up releasing him. 1-1, Smith fouls it back. So Smith's gotten some time at first. Vargas has gotten some time at first.
Tough shoes to fill when they traded Josh Naylor away last year.
That was all part of that July meltdown.
Yep.
2 on and 1 out in the top of the ninth. Pitch to Smith is taken low, 2-2.
It's not been easy shoes to fill ever since Paul Goldschmidt was traded away.
Runners take their leads. The pitch to Smith. Now back again. Perdomo at first. Troy at second. 1 out in the top of the ninth inning. Diamondbacks with an 8-0 lead in game 1 of this 4-game series. 2-2, Pavin Smith swings and misses. Strike 3. Second K the inning for Marinaccio. And we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network. With Bob Scanlon and our producer-engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. 8-0 Diamondbacks in the ninth inning. 2 on and 2 out for Gabriel Moreno. And against Marinaccio, he will take a fastball strike, 0-1. Arizona, 8 runs, 11 hits. Padres, no runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. And both errors came in the top of the first inning. 0-1, Moreno lifts up the hands, takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres snapped their 8-game losing streak yesterday afternoon in Los Angeles, but staring at another tough one here tonight. Pitch outside, 2-1 from Marinaccio. Alec Jacob worked the last 3 innings. He threw a ton of strikes. Marinaccio a little bit more scattershot here in the ninth. 2-1 to Moreno. The pitch on the way, and right on the outside part of the plate, a called strike, 2-2. I'll be challenged by Moreno, who lost a challenge earlier as a catcher. I think he's going to lose one here as a hitter as well.
I agree. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Neither one particularly close.
Nope.
I wonder how many times this year a catcher has lost both his team's challenges, once behind the plate and once at the plate.
That's a tough day.
Yeah, you don't feel great about that. So 2-2, the pitch. Moreno swings, pops it up towards second base. Cronenworth coming on a couple of steps. He will make the catch to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits. and the Diamondbacks leave a pair. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. Arizona up 8-0 on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang. Today's phrase is high cheese. Do you know what it means? High cheese, a fastball thrown with high velocity that is up in the strike zone.
Maybe they're going to go right after with some high cheese. Yep.
There you go. 4 strikeouts for Aaron. 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
Jason is an avid hiker who loves the outdoors. During what should have been a peaceful hike, that calm was suddenly broken. A mountain lion appeared on the trail just yards away. Fortunately, Jason had packed his Byrna less lethal launcher. Armed with kinetic rounds, Jason fired a warning shot, deterring the mountain lion and giving his family time to get to safety. Byrna less lethal launchers fire powerful kinetic and chemical irritant rounds designed to stop threats. Visit Byrna.com. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Padres will come to bat, trailing the Diamondbacks 8-0. Luis Campusano going to pinch hit for Ty France, the designated hitter. France 1 out of 3 with a single, 1 of 7 Padre hits today, none of which have gone for extra bases. Trey Jamison still out there for the Diamondbacks on the mound, and a first pitch slider misses low, ball 1. Couple of defensive changes for the Snakes after they hit for both Marte and Carroll in the top of the inning. Barossa stays in to play right. Smith plays in to stay first, and that pushes Vargas up to second. Fastball here a little bit too far inside, 2-0. Jamison came on last inning, got the first 2 guys, gave up a base hit to Machado, and then retired Sheets. 2-0 to the pinch hitter Campusano, and Luis takes a fastball strike top of the zone at 95 miles an hour. 2-1 now. Luis caught the last 2 games in L.A., his return from the injured list. Nice day yesterday. 2-1 pitch. Campusano chops it on the ground to shortstop. Big friendly hop for Perdomo. Couple of steps towards first base, and the throw is in time, 1 away.
Yeah, nice to see Campy making a good adjustment back to the big leagues, Jesse. You've got to remember, that toe was bothering him for quite a while after he broke it. It was difficult for him to catch. He had a lot of pain in there. It only played 1 game for 9 innings before returning to the ball club. And Freddie Fermin had his contusion on his head on that foul ball, but good to have Campy back and good to see him seemingly comfortable.
Jackson Merrill now with 1 out, nobody on. Yeah, no doubt about Campusano. Fastball outside, 1-0. Merrill is the only Padre to reach second base tonight. He did so with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0 pitch, hit hard on the line into right field, and a base hit. Merrill going to take a turn at first as Barossa gets to it quickly and sends it in. And now Jackson heads back to first base. Second knock of the night for Merrill, and a 1-out single here in the 9th inning.
Nice shot staying back on his changeup. Some good signs coming out of Jackson lately, Jesse. We talked about the home run opposite field in Dodger Stadium, a couple of hits over there, and when you're able to stay back and make that kind of contact on a changeup and not be out in front of it, that's a good sign as well.
Samad Taylor now 1 out of 3 with a single. First pitch underneath the hands, ball 1. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night, same time, 6:40. Padres have not announced their pitching plans formally, but Johnny Brito will be added to the roster. Hasn't pitched in 2 years. Coming back from elbow surgery. Pitch missing low outside, 2-0.
Sounds like he's been putting up some great numbers down in AAA, Jesse. I mean, that's not the end-all, be-all, but not an easy place to put up good numbers, so something's going right.
Yeah, just always happy for a guy to make that return. It's a long road back. Swing and a miss here, 2-1. Zach Gallen, the old milkman, will be on the hill for Arizona. Yeah, if you're coming out to the Wednesday game, by the way, for the Hoffman bobblehead, just a reminder, 7:10 for ESPN. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Taylor checks his swing but takes a strike. So that evens the count. 2-2 on the Padre left fielder. Down 8-0 with a runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Jamison, peek over at Merrill, who leads at first. Now the 2-2 to Taylor, and it's muscled in the air, foul up the right field side.
Any guess on how many Trevor Hoffman bobbleheads have been done over the years?
That's a great question. Got to figure it started when he was still pitching.
I would think, yeah.
Sure.
Because there was a period there where bobbleheads really weren't a thing. So I'm wondering how many of these years bobbleheads were being given out.
2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Padres down to their final out in the ninth with Song coming up. That's a great question. And here's what I'm going to commit to. For anybody still listening, we will try and get the answer to that question for tomorrow night's broadcast.
Sounds good. Might be the stat of the day.
Bottom of the second tomorrow. Stat of the day. How many different Trevor Hoffman bobbleheads have there been over the years? Song swings to the first pitch, fouls it off the catcher, Moreno, strike 1.
Is there an over-under?
Well, there's no betting in baseball skins. I would say, like, if I had to guess a number, I actually have no idea. What do you think? If you had to peg a number of different Trevor Hoffman bobbleheads over the years the Padres have given up. 0-1. Slow ground ball to the right side. We'll never know your guess. Picked by Smith. Flips to Jamison, covering in time. And the ball game is over.
Even though over-under a dozen.
No runs, a hit. Nobody left. And for the 9th time in 10 games, the Padres have fallen, this time to the Diamondbacks, by a final of 8-0. We'll take a break, come back, give you some final.